Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, ooh, nope, I didn't say honeys, sorry. Hi my honeys. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing this eyeshadow look using the new Morphe x Jaclyn Hill, the Vault Collection palette. So I know that there is 4 palettes. I unfortunately only got one because the other ones weren't really, like, they were pretty, don't get me wrong, but I feel like I already have a lot of those colors, and one of my favorite colors is purple, and so this one really, I don't know, it caught my attention, and I just love purple. So whenever I see purples, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to have it. This one is called the Bling Boss. So it has all the purples. These eyeshadows, you guys, are freaking amazing. I'm gonna insert some swatches for you guys so you can see them. First swatch, we have Mystic. And then we have Berry Treasure, Ballsy, Rockstar, Glitz and Glam, Sparks, Pizzazz. And then we have Gem, oh, so stunning, Hush Hush, and Bling Bling. I know that the Vault collection was originally going to come out like a month ago, I think, or a few months ago, and they ended up taking it back and pulling it back because supposedly a lot of like the PR team, like the girls that were on the PR list for Morphe, were playing with it, and I guess the quality sucked. So I heard that now it's way better. I don't know, I think this is like the new, yeah, this is like the new formula, I think. And it also has a really nice, decent, good mirror in the palette, so you can definitely create many looks with this and take it on the go, and I feel like it is really travel friendly. I can personally create a lot of makeup looks using this palette, and I just wanted to dig in and play since I haven't really played with eyeshadows in a very long time. Now the cost, you guys, on this palette, they do run for $15 each. I don't really know how much the full collection is, but I'll list everything down below, the prices, where you can actually get them. I found mine at my local Ulta store, so definitely give a call to your local Ulta to see if they have these in stock in stores, because they do, the one that I went to. Also, you guys, just a little bit of information about the palette. I guess a lot of these eyeshadows that Jaclyn Hill came out with the Vault is a lot of eyeshadows that actually didn't make it in the original Jaclyn Hill palette with Morphe. So these were actually put aside, and they wanted to come out with the Vault collection and take out all the eyeshadows that she put aside into separate little eyeshadow palettes for $15 each. So I think that was really smart of her. Alright guys, so now let's go ahead and start with the tutorial, but first, if you are not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and be a part of the Honey family. And of course, give this video a big thumbs up if you already like this eyeshadow. And comment down below and let me know what other videos you want to see from me. Oh yeah, and of course, hit the notification bell so that way you don't miss any of my videos, and it does notify you every single time that I upload. But without further ado, you guys, let's go ahead and start and play with this eyeshadow palette. Jumping into the first shade, I'm going to go into Mystic, and it's a nice dark berry color, and I'm going to place this in the crease of my eye, and I'm going to try to blend all this out together. Now, my first impression, you guys, of the eyeshadows is that they kind of felt dry. As soon as I started to blend, I was like, oh my god, is my brush really stiff? Like, I'm like, no, I know I cleaned my brushes. So off the bat, the eyeshadow, this one in particular, felt very dry. But I ended up making it work, and I absolutely love the color. I feel like the formula on this one is a little bit too harsh, but it didn't give me any trouble when starting to blend out all the other colors together. But I just thought I'd let you guys know that off the bat. Same brush, I'm going to dip into the color Rockstar, which is another berry color, but not as dark as Mystic, and I'm going to place this right on the edges of the shadow Mystic, and I'm going to start to blend back and forth and really make sure that we're blending both of these colors together, just to make sure that the edges are really well blended. Now, I like to actually do this because I feel like once you go in with darker colors and then you blend in with the more lighter transition color, it really gives a really nice ombre effect. And I don't know, I feel like this eyeshadow technique has been like my go-to lately, and I've actually learned this from Mitchell and Stacey Marie MUA on Instagram, and I've absolutely loved this eyeshadow technique. And yeah, it's basically what I'm gonna be doing is just sitting here and doing very light pressure, you guys, when you are blending it outwards, so that way it's not like a big dark blob. You really want to use very low pressure when it comes to applying the eyeshadows. Once you are satisfied with the blending, I'm going into my Urban Decay Eden primer, and I think I'm using a Morphe M433 brush. It's a really skinny synthetic brush, and if I'm not correct, I'll list it down below. But I'm going to use this to start to carve out my crease. Now I'm actually going to go a little bit higher than usual. A really cool trick to really find where you should carve your eyes is once you apply the product, open your eyes, and it's gonna mark the area where you should place the concealer or whatever you're using. But in this case, I am gonna go a little bit higher than my crease lid. And I'm gonna take it all the way towards the outer corner, but I'm gonna blend out the outer corner so that way it doesn't look so harsh. Now I'm going to go into the color Ballsy. It's such a pretty, like, I don't even know what color to even explain this eyeshadow. It has like a little bit of purple and a little bit of like pink in it, but it's like a rose gold. It's so beautiful. And so I'm using I think this is like my MAC 283 brush, I think. You can only find it in stores because I can't find it online unless I'm putting the wrong number, but I'll try to figure it out. And I am applying this eyeshadow dry. You can definitely apply it wet with like a little bit of Fix Plus, but I felt like it looked really pretty because I didn't want it to be too intense. But I absolutely love the color and the combination with the darker purples. Picking up Rockstar again, I'm going to start to darken out the outer corners. Now, I did notice that when I was blending out that shadow on the outer corner of my left eye, it started to get like a little patch of eyeshadow right in the crease. And it's weird because when I started doing the right eye, it didn't do that. So I don't know if maybe it's me or it's the eyeshadow because, like I mentioned before, the eyeshadow seemed a little dry. But no worries, I ended up fixing it. I ended up grabbing a Morphe pencil brush, which I'll list down below because I don't have it with me on hand right now while editing this video. But that did end up fixing it a little bit better. And then, yeah, like I mentioned, when I started doing the other eye, it didn't do that at all. So maybe it was me. I don't know. But normally this never really happens to me, but I guess there's a first for everything. Going into Mystic again, I'm going to start to darken out the outer corner as well and just blend until you feel like it's perfect, which is really what I do here. And then I stretch out my skin a little bit so that way it gives it more of a cat eye and more smoked out effect, which is what I really like when it comes to doing eyeshadows like this because I really feel like your eyes just look lifted and look longer. So that's what I'm doing here, is just basically taking my time and really sit there and blend these eyeshadows. I'm going into Berry Treasure. It's that darker glittery plum color in the palette, and I'm going to go ahead and just tap on the eyeshadow to the existing eyeshadow that we have right now, just very softly. I want a little bit more darkness, and then I go back into the color Ballsy, and I start to go ahead and just blend those two colors together. That way it doesn't look so harsh, and that way it gives it a nice ombre. Highlight my inner corner, I'm going into Glitz and Glam and Bling Bling. Going into my Morphe M433, I'm going to start to blend out whatever the eyeshadows that I used on top, which were Mystic, Rockstar, and a little bit of Berry Treasure towards the outer corner. It's what I'm going to be doing to smoke out my lower lash line. I already have my lashes, as you guys can tell. I'm wearing Batty B lashes from Jenny69 in the style Instaho, and I'm using the Vivid Petal liquid liner from the Vivid Brights collection from NYX, and I'm applying this, you guys, as close to the lash line as possible, because once you let go and you applied it to the whole waterline, it can get into your eye and that hurts really bad and then it just gets everywhere and it ruins your makeup. But I like to use it because it really gives it a really nice bright effect, and once you take pictures, like, you can see the eyeliner, and I love it because it also lasts a long time. Alright, and that's pretty much it. So now let's go ahead and jump in and let you guys know my final thoughts on this palette. Hi guys, so for all of you who stayed towards the end, let's go ahead and I'm gonna give you guys my honest opinion about this palette. So at first, when I was doing the outer corners of the eyeshadow, I was starting to get really scared. I think I also mentioned it in the tutorial. I was like, oh my god, like, it's not blending, it's really patchy. Ended up working just fine. I think the key with this palette is to really be patient. I feel like the matte eyeshadows are not as buttery, but I did not have any issues with blending them out. They are super pigmented. There is kickback in the palette for sure, so if you are going to be using this palette or any of the darker eyeshadows, I definitely recommend to do your eyes first and then your base, because we all know how that goes with darker eyeshadows. But I overall really enjoyed this makeup look, and I felt like the shimmery eyeshadows were super pigmented, and I am really in love with purple colors. But I could definitely see myself using this palette again. And I really like how they have the names on the palette, which I also really love, because I hate going to the back of the palette and trying to figure out which name belongs to which eyeshadow. But yeah, you guys, I personally really recommend this one. I haven't played with the other ones like I mentioned a little bit ago. But if you guys have, let me know in the comments if you enjoy those palettes, so I can go ahead and definitely pick one up, I guess. But so far, I really give this palette a 10, and I can't wait to actually play with more colors in the palette. But so far, I am obsessed with the pigmentation, the quality, everything. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys all in my next one. I love you. Bye!